Okay. So, welcome everyone. Welcome, Savio. Thank you so much for joining us today, Savio. So, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. Yeah, just chilling.
Um, cool. So, let me sort of go over how our interview is going to happen today. So, we're going to start off with a few questions that the Builder Group team has prepared for you.
Yes.
After that, we're going to be hosting a community Q&A. So basically, some of our community members have sent in questions they have for you. So we'll be asking as many of those as we can. And then, yeah, and this entire thing will be uploaded and recorded to Spotify. Recorded and
Awesome.
uploaded to Spotify, by the way. Yeah, so we have like podcasts. So if anyone's not able to tune in,
Awesome.
they can listen there. Yep. So
Sounds
if
good.
you don't, yep, awesome. So if you don't mind, would you mind like telling the community about yourself? You know who you are.
Yes, of course. So, hey everyone, I'm Savio. I'm a 14-year-old boy. I spend time building useful stuff. Yes. I'm a designer, front-end web developer, content creator on Twitter. Yes, that's it about me.
Awesome.
Yes.
So very good. If you'd like to start off with the questions, feel free to. Becker, are you there? Okay, he left. No worries. I can get started. So, I think the first and most obvious question is when did you first join Twitter, and what or who inspired you to join?
Also, yeah, I first joined a Twitter. First, basically, to see a tweet from MLH. I once participated in a hackathon, and I heard MLH has tweeted about them. We were the youngest guys on that hackathon, so I just joined Twitter to see what MLH has tweeted about us. Yeah,
Okay,
that's
that's
that's it.
interesting.
Yeah,
That's interesting. So, like,
it
how did you
it
sort
was
of?
in
Yeah, sorry, continue.
Yeah, it was in November 2022. Sorry, 2020. Yes, 2020, right?
That's interesting. So, like, how did you start from MLH to sort of making a consistent habit of tweeting?
Yeah. So around June 2021, I started seeing many people tweeting about useful stuff. So I just found it interesting, and I was also blogging that time. So I just want to try Twitter too. Yeah, that's it. How I started Twitter, and I think I have been able to be consistent. I just loved what I did.
Awesome. Becker, feel free to continue.
All right. So, hi Savio. Thank you for joining us
I
today.
Berkat.
So,
Cool.
for the next question, what do you think makes a good tweet, in general?
Cool. Uh, you made me the best one to answer this one. Yeah. I'm not sure about that one. May I think uh, I think like a genuine content, not like copied from anyone. Just genuine content in the best words, in the best aligned. Yeah,
Yeah,
like that one.
makes sense. Yeah. All right. So, for the next question, when do you think your Twitter following started to grow, and what triggered its growth? And did it happen all at once, or did it gradually build up?
Yeah, I was unlucky to start it all at once. I gradually built it up. Uh, for the first month I started doing on Twitter, I had like 3,000 followers that month. It was in June. I started using Twitter seriously. Yeah, then it gradually came up. Like next month I got 3,500 or something. Next month 5,000 new followers. Like that, it grew.
Oh yeah, yeah.
None of my tweet has crossed 4,000 likes. That's the most highly. Yeah, only one tweet has crossed 4,000 likes. That's because I pinned it one. So that's it.
Makes sense. All right,
Yeah.
that's cool. So what's your favorite platform for promoting projects, like in general, like when you're building things? Like, is it Product Hunt, Reddit, Twitter, etc.?
Of course, that's Product Hunt. I just love that platform. That platform is like a very highly engaged platform, best for promoting products. And I also
Yeah,
use Twitter, but Twitter is like a social media platform mainly, not for promoting products.
Yeah, and Product Hunt also has like a really big community, so makes
Yes,
sense.
yes, yes. Yeah,
Do you
they
enjoy
are the community. Yeah, they are the community looking for products. Twitter is like
yeah,
looking for useful stuff.
yeah. Do you
Yeah.
enjoy building in public, or do you like just building things and then sharing it after you're done everything?
Um, I have not really tried building in public before, but I do wish to do so. I'm like a bit afraid, like if someone likes, if I have some crazy idea, I'm afraid like if someone just built it better than me,
Oh
so I
yeah.
just
Yeah. I also have that
yeah.
feeling sometimes.
Yeah, so I have never tried build in public. Yes, but that sounds promising. I have seen many builders doing it. Yeah, I might do it in future. I'm not sure.
So, you've clearly done a lot on your Twitter growth. So to wrap up like this category, do you have any advice for other young builders looking to grow their following on Twitter?
Um, the most important thing is to be consistent in itself. I was able to be consistent, and overnight success doesn't exist. Just be consistent. Yeah, that's the most important thing. Yeah, I have done like 1000 tweets to get a viral one. So just be consistent. Look at your analyze your I mean, check your analytics. Find the best time. Find the best tools. Start using it. Make use of your resources. Yeah, that's it.
All right. So that wraps up the category based off of Twitter. So I'll pass it on to Tejas for the next one.
Hey, Savio.
Hello.
So I'll just be asking you. I mean, I'm actually curious. So when did you enter the software world?
Yeah. So I think it's in 2020 February. Yeah, as I first mentioned, it was through a hackathon. It was a hackathon by MLH, if you know that one. Yeah,
Yeah, I
MLH
see.
is MLH do creates organizes some hackathons, and I was just a part of them. It was an offline hackathon which happened near my house, so I just visited it, and that's how I came into tech. I was in a hardware group that time, but at that time itself, I felt hardware is not the thing for me. And then I think it was in last 2021 January. I attended a software. I got invited by the government to build an app for tourism. So I just that's when I discovered about React, Tailwind, and the most front-end technologies, and I just
Wow,
loved it
super
after
cool.
then. Yeah,
Super
yeah,
cool.
that's when I really came into tech. 2021 February.
I see. Really cool.
Sorry.
And
2021 January. January last week, I guess.
I that's cool. And what are you working on right now?
Yeah, I have a lot of plans for 2022. Yeah, and I already started building 5 awesome projects. I mainly like 2022 is like going really awesome. I'm doing a lot of collabs these times. Yeah, currently working on a project for mainly startups to build like startups faster or something.
I
I'm
see.
building it with Easlow. Easlow. Do you know him? Anyone? He's a popular guy on Twitter.
I see. Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, I've not heard of him, but yeah, that's
Yeah, same.
collaborating is always really fun.
Yes. Yeah.
And
Most 3 of my projects I'm building right now is collabs. I'm collabing with Vito, Islo, and and a guy called Junayat. Yeah.
super cool. And
Cool.
so what motivated you to start, right? Like, was it out of interest, or like did you just leave? I mean, like, did you just start to have fun, or yeah, or something else?
Yeah. So basically, during the lockdown times, I obviously have a lot of time, and I just don't want to waste it. So I just found this really interesting, and I tried to make the most out of my time. So that's how.
Super cool. Yeah, I mean, like I can connect with that because I also started during the lockdown, during the start of the lockdown. So yeah, it's
Awesome.
amazing. And
Yeah.
we're also seeing that like you also sold quite a few of your projects, right? Like so, what was the first ever project that you sold, and like how much did you get from it?
Yeah. So the first project I sold was called Lofi Club. It was a second ever project I made. It is a nice app to hear lofi hip hop beats just for productivity and focus. It has a lot of features. Yeah, I got paid $700 for that one. That was the first salt project.
Dollars, right? Or like
Yes.
rupees. Okay, nice, nice.
Right, really cool. And how do you feel like after selling your project, right, and like making your first income? Like, what do you wish to do with it?
The first income I made was from a person who bought me a coffee for one of the article I wrote. So that's it. That itself made me motivated, and I first built a project called Gradient King, and I won a hackathon at Hashnode. It also I made like a $1,000 from that one. These all things really got me motivated. Yeah, and and I really yes, I got really motivated and I just continued what I did. Not just this one.
It's amazing.
This
And
yeah,
yeah,
this one took a lot of time to solve actually. I built it and I just sold it after like 3 months or 4 months or something.
I see. Really cool. And guys who are listening in, guys and girls, so just put any questions you have in the respective threads under the events channel. So we have the events channel, and then you have the Q&A right below the event. So just put all your questions and anything you have for Savio down there. And also back to the talk, right? So uh, what are some of your like most meaningful successes that you've had since building software, right? Like what are you proud of like what's the biggest milestones you've reached?
Awesome. The biggest milestone I have reached is obviously growing on Twitter. I never imagined myself growing to this much following counts. Yeah, and one of the thing, and I yeah, and the next one is reaching about more than 1,000 followers on GitHub. And one other thing is like winning 4 hackathons. And one more thing is like making near dollar 10K. Yeah, these all things are the most biggest milestone for me. And the recent milestone is maker is being getting nominated as the maker of the year 2021. Yeah.
Wow, really cool. And like what are some of your favorite projects that you've worked on during your development journey?
Yeah, so my favorite project is called Code House. It's the most popular open source work I did. Code House is an open source storehouse of helpful cheat sheets for developers to learn any new tech. It has 300 plus curated cheat sheets from 230 plus sources. It got quite popular along that time, and it got featured in many popular newsletters, Y Combinator, and so on. Yeah, the most source of its popularity was from a newsletter called TLDR. They had like 300K subscribers, and yeah, that's the most popular one. And the next one is called Flickr. It's a powerful visual editor and an open source Canva alternative to create stunning cover images for blogs. Yeah. Then I
That's
made
cool.
Moodly. Then I made Moodly, Lofi Club, and Gradient King. Yeah.
That's awesome. Sorry to intervene, but I'm just gonna really quickly mention that Builder Group has just reached 400 members. So congratulations to the whole Builder Group team as well as our server. Yeah, feel free to carry on, Tejas.
All right, so I mean, I think I've already said this, but those who are just listening in, you can always listen to the whole chat if you can't make it through on Spotify, and we're uploading this. And we will be posting a link at the end. So how do you balance your time with school, Twitter programming, and your personal life?
This is the most hardest thing to talk about. I'm not really proud of how I manage time. Basically, coding and managing school life is obviously so hard. Uh, I follow a timetable, but I'm not really very proud of the timetable I'm following. Mainly because the school times are obviously changing every time. Like if this week I have school from 9:30 a.m. to 12 p.m. The next week the time is changed, so I have to change my timetable again. Yep, I follow a timetable, and I'm happy I'm managing to spend at least 4 hours building something. Yeah.
That's amazing. Yeah, like I mean, we also struggle. I mean, like most of us in the community also face a similar issue in which like there's just schoolwork and like there's pressure, and then you also have to balance open source projects and startups. So yeah, definitely. I mean, we all find it hard, and I'm pretty sure like at least a few of us we know that we're spending a lot more time coding than like balancing other things. But yeah, really cool. So, but yeah, and like have you collaborated with any people yet? Like I know that you're also collaborating with a lot of people in the future, right? But are you collaborating with anyone right now?
Collaborating with yeah, I have collaborated with in many ways. Like I collaborate in threads, but I have not collaborated anyone with projects. This is new.
I see. Okay, and who
Um,
are the
yeah. So,
yeah.
oh yeah, I think I'll take that one. Yeah. So, who are the significant, individuals or notable individuals, or even like role models throughout your journey that helped you grow or supported you, or just were like
Also,
there for you as support?
um, my one of my role model is Tindin.me. I know. Yes. Not sure about his name. One second. It's his name is called Tony Din. Uh, he has not really supported me or something, but I really love his works and I just consider him as an admiration for me. He built awesome Twitter SaaS projects on, and I just really love what he did. He have not really much supported me in my journey, but still he is a amazing guy.
That's cool. What do like people around you think of how you're progressing in the sense like family members or friends or people close to you?
Sorry, I did not get that one.
Yeah, I was just asking like what do people around you think of how you're progressing? And when I say around you, I mean like friends, family members, people close to you, etc.
Uh, what do you mean? I think I did not get that one still now.
Like what do like family members or friends think of how you're progressing to date?
Okay, now it makes sense. Like, um, I'm not sure about what they think. Obviously, my friends are really supportive for me, and yeah, and they really talk about me when I go to offline schools or something. Like when teacher ask who can build, who knows to do this some things, and people will say like Savio knows to do software or something. Once, like I took took my laptop to school and did something installs, and people were like afraid of me seeing terminal. So my friends are really supportive of me. Um, Parents, I think parents are good enough, supporting not much. I really do not uh, do not expect anything. I just mainly depend on myself most of the day.
Awesome. Yeah, Tejas, feel free to continue with the
Sure.
following
So
questions.
sure. So how do you work towards gaining more exposure on the internet, right? Like so, what other things did you do to kind of build your followership, right?
Um, Basically, I have heard that building the first 1,000 followers on Twitter is the only hard part, and the rest is easy. So, uh, for me personally, building my first 1,000 projects, 1,000 followers was super easy, mainly because I built my project Lofi Club. That was that really did well to me, and I gained like 1,000 new followers from that project itself. So once the hard part is done, it was a bit easy for me to start.
I
Yeah,
see.
the project played a really important role in improving and progressing myself.
And what are your suggestions for aspiring software developers? Like, where should they start and what should they start with?
Um Mainly, I highly recommend you to start building. Uh, I'm not a really a fan of tutorials. I am a fan of building. I believe building is the best thing rather than learning just from tutorials. So start building, start grinding, start shipping. Yes, that's it.
Cool. And what are your aspirations?
Um,
Your, thoughts for the future, what do you want to become, etc.
um, Future. I'm not really sure. I do not have much plans about my future, but I really have a 2022 goal of building Twitter SaaS app solo. Yeah, that's one of my plan. I don't really care about my future so much. Yeah, 2022. I have a few plans. That's it about me.
Awesome. Yeah. So the next question we have for you is, where do you see yourself at the end of this year?
Awesome. So, at the end of this year, I see myself uh, at like 100k followers, I guess, and building useful stuff, and maybe building 1k dollar 1k MRR Twitter SaaS app.
Okay, and lastly, for the questions we have from the community, oh sorry, from the BuilderGroop team, what startups are you looking forward to in this year or in general?
Um, I love the startup Vercel. They are like very promising, and I really love the minimalist experience. Yeah, that's one of the startups I really look forward to. And one of the other thing I look forward is called Black Magic. I'm not sure many of this is like a project of Tony. One of I mentioned before. He built this app called Black Magic. Yeah, I just really love that one too.
Sounds good. Okay,
Maybe
so,
Hash Note too.
oh yeah, nice, nice. Anything else like for this year? Any emerging startups you're interested in?
Sorry.
Any like very new startups you'd like to, give a shout out to if there are any that you're in contact with?
Mm, I'm in contact with a startup called Tweet Hunter. They are like one of my. They sponsor me so much. They maybe a shout out to them.
Cool. Okay, so that sort of wraps up what we have from the Builder Group team. Now, for the
Cool.
community, a gentle reminder, make sure you all post any questions you might have for Savio in the thread under the events channel, because we're going to be asking questions from those now. So, yeah, okay, let's get started. Bearkid, feel free to.
All right, so for the first question, it's from Funny Dusto. They ask what inspired you to start your career, and also congrats on your journey.
Awesome. Um, I do not. I really did not feel like inspired to start my career. As I mentioned before, I just had to find a new hobby to do in my lockdown time. I just don't want to waste that much time. That's it. How I started my journey.
All right,
Yeah,
solid. So for the next question, it's by Co Dice. What are your goals for 2022?
awesome. I have a lot of plans for 2022. Uh, one of the thing is growing to 100,000 followers on Twitter, and one of the other thing is growing a Twitter SaaS app, building a Twitter SaaS app. Uh, Other thing is writing one blog every month. Also publishing a newsletter issue every month. Yeah, I have a few plans. I once tweeted about it. 1 second. Give me some time. I might. Yeah, yeah. Some of the other thing is like buying a MacBook with self-earning a MacBook. Yeah, I code in a HP laptop. I want to upgrade it to a MacBook. And other thing is writing an ebook. Also start creating video content for YouTube channel. Yeah, that's it about my
All right.
plans.
I hope you achieve them. So for the next question by Klima, they ask, what skills do you plan to learn in the soon future, and do you have any large scale projects that you plan to start anytime soon?
Cool, cool. So the Twitter's app I has been mentioning about. Yeah, that's a big plan from about me.
All right.
Um, the one of the sorry, like can you repeat that one again? I just forgot that one.
Oh, it's fine. What skills do you plan to learn in the soon future, programming wise, or like any other skills? And is there any large scale projects that you plan to start anytime soon?
Cool. I also thinking of learning video editing. I'm really a noob at video editing. I just want to learn some video editing, mainly cause to start a YouTube channel or something. And one is like ghostwriting. And yeah, that's it for the two skills.
All right.
And for the larger scale projects, one project is called Hyperbird. It is the Twitter as I was talking about. And there is like one project I'm collabing with a guy called Vito. I'm
Oh yeah, I've
building an
heard of
app
him.
with Vito. Yeah, it's like a it's not Bloggero. Bloggero is a simple project we are like building now. We are building something very huge later.
Oh, okay, makes sense.
Yeah.
So, for the next question asked by Toby, they ask, who's your main inspiration and what have they motivated you to do?
Yeah. So as I said before, Tony is my biggest inspiration. He motivates me to start really building products, to market them, to grow on Twitter. Yeah, he's like the biggest inspiration for me. Uh, when I started, not gonna lie, when I started, I also Birket was also my inspiration. Not gonna lie. Yeah,
Um,
I have also DM'd you.
yeah,
in
I
a,
remember that. Um, all right. So, for the next question asked by NRBXYZ, they ask, how did you manage to learn so much in just 1 year, and how did you stay motivated?
Awesome. So, uh, I just wanna find something to utilize my time without wasting it. So, yeah. So I just I was motivated to not to waste time. I am also not interested in playing games or like that's what my friends do. So I started coding and I really did not wasted any time of it. I think I made the most out of it. That's why I may be able to learn this much skills. Yeah, I think so.
All right. So for the next question asked by me, what are some of your proudest projects that you've worked on so far?
Yeah, my favorite project. My favorite project is obviously Codehouse. Codehouse is a open source storehouse for helpful cheat sheets. It contains 300 plus curated cheat sheets. Yeah, that's the most popular and That's the most. I really spend a lot of work into it. I analyze how much time I code on a project. So it was like I spent 90 hours in that one. It was worth it. I really enjoyed it. I learned a lot of things during that project. And one of the other project is called Moodly. Uh, it's a productivity and focus tool designed to help get better sense of focus and relaxation by listening to ambient nature sound. So also, it is a very simple project, and I am really proud of how fast I was able to make it. Yeah, I really did not. I started without a UI, without any plan. I just built it in under like 4 hours, and I also started marketing it very well. I'm really proud of that one.
That's cool. So, for the next question asked by Alistair, or sorry, Alistair, what defines a startup for you? Example, where's the benchmark between hobbyist project, versus startup, and who's your most followed follower?
I'm gonna intervene here. This is actually a pretty good question.
Uh, I did not get that question.
He's
Okay.
basically, yeah,
Oh yeah,
sure.
you can continue. You can
Yeah,
continue.
sure. He's basically asking what defines the, sort of differentiating factor between a hobbyist project versus an actual product or a startup.
Um, Not sure. uh, I'm not sure about that one.
Yeah, I mean, I
How
guess
can we
I mean it
define?
makes sense because like most of us just do side projects.
Yeah,
So
side
he has
projects
to
may be converted into a SaaS, right?
yeah, yeah. He asked another question too. Is who's your most followed follower?
Yeah, I once tried to find who is my most followed follower, but it requires some paid technologies to find out. So, uh, according to my analytics, analytics only show the most followed follower of a month. So, my most followed follower is Brad
Oh yeah,
Traversi.
yeah. He's a nice guy.
Is about 200k, about like 196k, I think.
All right. So for the next question, Vic asks, why don't you monetize your projects? You instead just depend on donations.
I'm obviously monetizing my project. It's like uh, I mainly monetize my projects by selling it. Yes, but I really do depend on donations also. Like I have felt donations also work for me, not just adding paid plans. But I do have plans to add paid plans to my projects. Like most of my projects till now is open source ones. I only built one or two projects which is not open source. So I don't really like the idea of adding paywalls to an open source project, right?
Yeah, makes sense. So for the next question, Podais asks, what are your favorite ways of de-stressing when you get really stressed about a project or life generally?
I uh, I have been never really got stressed about building something. As I said, I just love what I do right now. Yeah, I just listen to good music, drink coffee, and I just do what I like. That's me. I can't help it.
Yeah. So for the last question in the thread, Shirag asks, how did you manage to sell your products? Like how you managed to reach clients, and what platforms did you use to market the products? For the second part, I think you already answered that earlier, but you can repeat it if you want in case you didn't hear.
Yeah. So um, I mainly I really do not use much marketing tools to market my project. I just really publish it on Product Hunt and also Twitter. I also promote it on Twitter and sometimes on Indie Hackers, sometimes on Y Combinator. Yeah. So
Makes sense.
Moodly, regarding about talking about Moodly, it got popular not by promotion by me. there's a guy in Facebook from Thailand or something. I do not know him personally. He shared that product in his Facebook. He is like a big guy there, and I got straight 100k plus page views from that single Facebook post. He's like a big guy over there. Also, like
Yeah,
people also also share my projects. Like I have seen people sharing the Moodly in Instagram also. Yeah, they make reels about it. Yeah.
that's cool. Yeah,
That's
it's
awesome.
yeah. So that concludes the Q&A questions. If anyone
Uh,
has any others to post, you can feel free
if
to.
you,
But yeah, I'm gonna
yeah.
pass it to Arya, man.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's pretty much it for our talk today. It was amazing talking to Savio. If anyone has any questions for Savio, feel free to ask them in Q&A questions for Savio, the thread under events. Otherwise, I think that wraps it up. We'll be uploading our talk that we had today to Spotify. Um, we have a podcast called BuilderTalks, so you can look that up. We'll be sending the invite link in the announcements channel later as well. So yeah, that pretty much wraps it up. Thank you so much, Savio, for agreeing to have this conversation with us. It was very pleasant, and thank you to the community for listening in today. Have a good evening or morning.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah,
It was a
Always.
really pleasure to talk here.
yeah,
Thanks for
definitely.
inviting.
It
Have
Of
a
was
good
good
course,
day.
having
Bye.
you.
the pleasure was ours.
Yeah, thank you so much.
And just for anyone else, the talk will be recorded on Spotify and YouTube. So in case anyone else missed it, not to worry.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Yep. No.
Take care.
All right, bye, guys.
Bye.